And what launch simply is it's a process that we take people through that has a couple elements of it. One is it has an element of community. So what we have to understand is that
Let's go. It's time to expose more of entrepreneurship, all of the strategies, not just the plays, but the actual strategies that come along with entrepreneurship, always with a twist of business acquisition. And today I got my brother, my frat brother, and my friend, and my boy, and my partner, and my dude, the guy himself, Mr. Words Taylor.
What's up, let's go. Let's get it.
Welcome to the episode of Entrepreneurship Exposed, man. This is you took too long to come on here, bro.
You took too long to invite me.
Man, listen, bro. It was a pleasure seeing you the other day too.
Yeah. Thank you for hosting us, man. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, it's my pleasure, man, for sure. If you come in my city, I gotta host you. As long as we cool like that, I gotta host you. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. A lot of people coming into town, they be like, I'm here. I'm like, okay, have fun. But if you come in, I got you.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, so brother, tell the people a little bit more about yourself, man. Tell them what you do, how you got to where you are, and what you currently do.
Yeah, so Words Taylor. I'm a believer, husband, and a father first. I'm most excited about those things, but I'm also a launch strategist. In the business world, I'm a launch strategist. And what that simply is, I help people begin to that have dope products, meaning great products and services and all those things. I help them put a launch together so they can attract more customers, more leads, and then turn those leads into actual paying customers. And this is the part for me. I got into it because, listen, I was at a job and I end up quitting school to go work at this job. I was making like $55,000 a year. Now, of course, at 23 years old, I'm like, this is some good money, Beez. That was my mindset. So I quit school. And then what happened is the job ended up laying me off because they said, well, you actually need a degree for this position.
Oh.
And right then and there, I realized that I wasn't self-sufficient. So I allowed this job that I was dependent on a job to be able to provide for my family. So I was engaged. We had just gotten married and just had our daughter. And then this job laid me off. So we went from making $120,000 a year to now I'm getting in unemployment $250 a week. So I knew right then, I was like, I need to be able to do something different. So that's when I started entering the world of everybody has done this message. How do I make money online? Everybody's done it. So I started entering that world, and that's when I really started learning and engaging from there. And I started digging into this online world.
There we go, bro. So you're like me because corporate America first, right? Yeah. And then, thought you're doing good in corporate America. I was making six figures. When I got to six figures, I was like, oh shit, this is what's up. Everything was great. It even created a sense of complacency. Because I'm like, I'm cool, I'm good. I made it to where a lot of my peers haven't even made it yet. So I don't need nothing more. I kind of felt that way for a little while.
For sure.
And then it hit me. It was false sense of security because I was trying to go and spend time with my son for his basketball game when I was working at Microsoft. And they wouldn't let me do it. And I'm like, yo, that's ridiculous. I got to beg you for time to spend with my son. And that changed everything for me, man. Yeah, so I see like it's the same type of message, same type of story that you had with that.
Yeah, man. We end up losing we had bought a house because we were creating this lifestyle based on the money that we were making. We were probably a little over leveraged as well, but this is the first time I'm making money like this, or what I thought was good money. And so we ended up losing the home. We had cars repossessed. And for the first time, I found myself going to food pantries and we're going to check in the cash to borrow money. And finally, when we lost the home, we ended up staying with a friend my friend Sahai, will always love her. Her and her husband, Drew, we ended up staying in their basement for about 4 months trying to get, it's me, my daughter was 5 months at the time. We're trying to get back on our feet.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if I would have known that.
Hey guys, okay, before we get to the episode, I just had to take a moment to say thank you to everybody that's been supporting Entrepreneurship Exposed. Your guy Beez here, and just having a great time having these conversations, showing you every aspect of entrepreneurship, because there's a lot of things out there that are, seems like all the glitz and the glam, everything looks good, but we want to make sure that you see some of the obstacles. Not things that will stop you, but just things that you need to know before you dive into this world of entrepreneurship. If you like this content, you like these videos, please just do me a favor and just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you click the like button, comment on it, just tell me what you feel about each topic so I'll know how to adjust for other topics and have other guests on. And make sure that you hit the notification bell, because YouTube's kind of weird like that, and if you don't have that notification bell, even if you're subscribed to me, you won't see a lot of my content. All right, so if you would like to support us, that would be the best way. Thank you so much. Now back to the episode.
Man, if I would have known that decision of complacency would have gotten me to a point where I'm in the basement, I don't know if I would have made the same decision. Right?
I feel you, bro. I feel you. But back to Rich Dad Poor Dad in the book, in the cash flow quadrant, starting with, a lot of times we start as employees. So many of us start there. The system in this country is set to push you into being an employee.
Absolutely.
Right? I assume that they just want the exceptional people who are, realize that there's something better, that break that mold and then get out of it, and then you have a chance to do something better. Yeah. But there's nothing that's laid out. I for the longest, I couldn't find that information. Like, now we have tons of people talking about, hey, you can make money, A lot of them is scams, or a lot of them are not just scams, but not sustainable. I don't want to use the word scam specifically, but if somebody's teaching you something now that they did 5 years ago, it may have been legit, but it no longer applies if it's not updated information, but they still teaching it to you because they want to make money from it. And then you go into it and realize, oh, hold up, this is not what I expected. It blows up, all that type of stuff. So bro, I love how you got into it. But let's talk about what a launch even is, man. Like, I remember when I first heard you say that, I was like, what are you talking about, launch? Like, Like, I already launched. I already told people.
Right. I already told people. That's what people think a launch is. Is like, I already told people to click the link. My site is done. You know what I'm saying? So I've been able to do so. I will describe what a launch is, but I've been able to do some amazing launches for people that you and your listeners may know. Like Eric Thomas, we were able to launch out 120 last year. The one that was in Atlanta, or whichever the one that was in Atlanta, we was able to launch out that event, his Extreme Execution Program. We did launch for Dave Shands, Marcus Barney, which is M500. Both of the founders of Support Black College, we were able to launch out their individual products that they were doing outside of Support Black College. So we were able to have some great experience, some great clients. And what launch simply is it's a process that we take people through that has a couple elements of it. One is it has an element of community. So what we have to understand is that most of the time people are launching and they're saying, oh, go buy my stuff, but you don't necessarily know who you're talking to. You don't have an audience that is ready and built for you, and they are not even expecting you to come out with anything. So what we like to do is we like to step back and say, well, how about we identify who are your audience? What's their pain point? What's the solution that you have for them? Okay, now go find the people that fit this mold and just serve them first, right? So we like to go through this process of building an audience. I would rather have an audience of 1,000 or 5,000 people that I can now nurture and take on this ride and tell them like, hey, I have a product that's coming out for you. It's coming out this day, this time, this is the investment. And now we build up to this nurturing process where we finally release. So launching is an actual release of a product to a specific community that you built. Yeah. And that's what we want to do. So think about everything that we're involved in. Beez is launched. Like weddings are launched. Yeah. You have a community of people. You make a list. Oh, here's all the people we want to invite. And then what do? You confirm, okay, let me make sure they know and all that stuff. You start sending out invites and you want RSVPs. But in the invite, you're telling them the date, the day, all of these things, the time, what to wear, what the colors are. Why? Because you want them to show up on the day of, the day of your launch, which is your wedding, right? You do the same thing for birthdays. Nike, like Jordan, we know when Jordan is coming out. We know the time, how much, what color Jordans are all coming out. We know this ahead of time. Movie
time.
Yes.
They be like, oh, we gotta get ready 9 a.m. Eastern, whatever it may be.
Okay, we're only giving out this many tickets and all of that stuff. Even with movies, date, time, and all of that stuff. What we're trying to do is get people to expect. We're trying to create an expectation, and we want people to show up on a day of and make that day a priority, and we want them to have their money ready. Right. So that's key thing. That's the key to launching. That's why you want to have a launch process.
Wow. I love it, man. It makes me think of something that I got coming soon that I'm about to launch.
Okay.
And it's another tier of my offerings related to mergers and acquisition. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, you know what? Because I was like, okay, by October, we just kind of launch it. But maybe October is when we start the trailers.
Exactly.
Like thinking of like a movie, because you said a movie, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. And then we say coming soon, Black Friday.
Exactly. So now you're preparing yourself for like a 6-week launch. If you start October 1, Black Friday is, maybe a 6-7 weeks launch. But now you've been building up, and you can even say like, I'm gonna do a wait list. So now I'm building up that audience, the trailer. If you want more information, or get on a wait list so you can be the first one to get exposed to this thing. And then on the wait list, what am I doing? I'm putting out content. I'm dripping on them. I'm showing them like, here's the transformation you're gonna get. Here's the problems we solve. Here's the pain that you may be going through. Here's how we're gonna help uncover that. And here's who we work with. Here's the results. So by the time we get to the actual product, they're like, bruh, stop playing with me. Where's the product? They're wanting it because they just learned for the past 6 weeks, this is the thing that I need. So they come with, card in hand at that point.
Yeah, people have to forego the instant gratification that most of us want nowadays. Because no, I just want to get it out right now so people can buy. But they ain't gonna buy if they don't really know what you're selling or what you're offering. Right. But letting them know it through those trailers and whatnot over time, and let them be like, hey, come on. Yeah, what's the meme? Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're ready to just give it out. So
exactly.
Okay. It's a mindset shift that you gotta make.
It is.
Because that's not intuitive to think, I gotta come up with this launch. You're just like, I got my product, I'm ready, let's get it.
Yeah. So for me, I was able to. Now I know launching has been around. I'm just saying how it came to me. Like I had published a book, and I originally only sold like 300 copies of my first book, and then I said, you know what? I want to do another book, and I want to get bestseller on Amazon. All right, that was my goal. I want to get bestseller on Amazon. So I looked it up. I know at the time you needed like 500 sales within an hour or something like that, and or whatever, to actually move up the charts. And so I put out on Facebook, this one I was heavily using Facebook. I said, I'm creating a book for entrepreneurs, and I'm gonna talk about this, and this. Is there anything that I'm missing? Can you all comment below? And at the time, I only got maybe 10 comments. I put out another post and said, hey, I want to thank you all for commenting yesterday. Here's the 10 things that I got from you all. Why don't you tag some other entrepreneurs and let's see what else they will bring. Well, in that, I had like 75 comments. So I was like, okay, this is good.
Hold on. My team is in the background. Can y'all make sure y'all are taking notes for what word to say right now because we need to implement this later on. So, okay, continue words. Let's go.
Yeah. And so the next day, I then said like, hey, y'all, listen, I appreciate so many comments. Now, keep in mind, I responded to each one of them as well. So I think I appreciate y'all doing so many comments and all that stuff. Listen, I want you all to be a part of helping me publish this book. And listen, I'm telling them the goals. We're about to take this book and we're going to go bestseller. We're going to launch it in the next 10 months. We're going to do this and we're going to do this. If you want to be a part of this with me, then click this link and join my community. And the community was my email list. Yeah. So they clicked the link, they joined the email, and then only at the time like 40 people did it. So I was cool with that. So I then started dripping on them. I'm asking them, yo, here's the first of the cover. Here's the title. What do you think? All of these things. And I'm still putting out content, asking people to join the community. By the time it was time to launch, I had 1,000 people on the email list.
Starting from like 10 in comments, you said that first.
Exactly. I had 1,000 people, and that my confidence grew through this launching process. My confidence grew. I said, oh shoot, we can get 500. The book was only gonna be $20, right? Or $19 or whatever. And I'm like, we could get to 500 in an hour. So I then was like, hey y'all, just so you know, the book is coming out this day. I started doing a countdown. And I kept saying, we need 500 sales within an hour. So I'm going to tell you all when we're an hour away from the book release and all that stuff, I need you all to go right away. Are y'all with me? Yo, people are like, yeah, we're with you. So when I would go live and all that stuff, people would show up live, share the live. They were a part of the process with me. So they brought other people into it. Right, I put out that link and then just boom, 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 boom. And we hit number 6 on the bestsellers list, right next to the book 4-Hour Workweek. And I was like, boom, there it is. There it is. So that's how I learned that, you know what? I'm never again just gonna put out a product and be like, yo, go buy it. I'm gonna take people on a journey. And in doing that, it also gives them an opportunity to, because if they're a part of the journey and they're enjoying the journey, they're gonna say, hey, yo, you should come. And
that's the key.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's the key right there, man, because that word of mouth marketing, referrals, that's stronger because they're talking to people who are already, they have the like no trust factor with those people.
Yes.
And then it's like, hey, go check this out. And then they're like more willing to do it because they got it from someone they already knew and trusted.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Yeah. This is powerful. And I think it's overlooked way too much.
Bruh, this right here, launching and doing market research and all of that stuff, this is the lost art of creating income online. Yes. Right? This is key. Just like another quick example, my guy Richard, you know Richard.
Yeah.
He follows, I wasn't following Kevin Hart. I love Kevin Hart. I don't know why I wouldn't follow him on Instagram. But he's following Kevin Hart on Instagram. Kevin Hart goes into his launch mode for his tour. I didn't know that Kevin Hart was even still touring. But he saw it, one person saw it, and then he puts in a text group with 4 other couples. So there's 5 couples total in this group. Hey y'all, he's gonna be 2 hours away from our city. We all should go. So of course we're like, let's go. Tickets are $300 a pop. So think about this. One person saw it. That's $300. But then 10 people went. It's $3,000. One person just brought you $2,700 more dollars.
Yes.
Because you had a launch process in place, you marketed to this one person, but now you gave them an opportunity because there's this was 6 weeks before. We had tickets 6 weeks before the actual event. So that's how you know they were in launch mode. So now this one person, because you had a launch process, they were able to get 9 other people on board with that date, that time, that money, all of those things. How many other people, because he sold out this arena, how many other people do you think did that? You think he sold, let's say it's 20,000 people in the arena. he didn't sell to 20,000 people individually, right?
Yeah.
He may have sold to 8,000.
Yeah.
And then everybody else brought the people. That's the power of launching, bro.
There we go. I love it, man. Okay, so we're gonna have it's earlier than usual in the podcast, in the episode, but I'm gonna go into the pop segment right now.
Let's get it.
So we gotta talk about, because I'm gonna give you a question too, because there's one aspect of launch that people assume it would work, but didn't really think about how it should work, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. So we're gonna pop launching your product, launching your service. As an entrepreneur, you got to launch whatever you're doing. Yeah. So what are the pros, the opportunities, and the problems when it comes to launching your product? We'll start with the pros.
Okay. Pros is that one, you have a community that is ready for your offer. Two, they already have an expectation. They know when to show up, and they come with money in hand. Because they already are familiar, they know what's coming, they know what to expect. That's pro. Another pro is that you make more money on the actual open day. All right. So now, because I have a community, let's say I built up an audience of 5,000 people before launching, and let's say if I just convert at 10%. All right. So now I have 500 people that bought my product. Cool. I get way more sales. Same reason why movies do the way they do. They want an opening weekend. So they launch to that opening weekend. So those are some instant pros right there.
I love that. And it makes sense, because you know what? When you're running ads, for example, it's better to, like, most people think, I just want to target everybody. Give me everybody. But you get more results from targeting, refining your targeting to the right people, the people who are most likely to buy. And then they become your advocates, and it grows from there. So it's the same type of thing in your launch. Definitely makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
So now, opportunities. What's going on in the industry, in the entrepreneur world, in the world in general, that there's opportunities in place that we need to take of, and why we should be launching products and services?
Yeah, opportunities to take in place is that the fact that people are, we went through pandemic, recessions, and all of these things. The opportunity is people found out that their jobs weren't as secure as they thought they were. Right? Yes. People found out that they have to have another source of income coming in. So I feel like the opportunity is you can very easily start to get in front of people right away, because they're already searching. There's several opportunities because people are already looking for products. People are already looking for not even just products, a way to create income, but people are moving on to, like, bro, we don't even do our Christmas shopping in stores anymore.
Oh, I don't, for years.
So the opportunity is there are more people online than ever before. Yeah. So if you have a launch process in place and you know how to do an online launch process, you're going to be able to get more eyes on your product and all of that, because people are searching online. Like I'm always, like, my wife does all the shopping through Amazon.
Me too, brother.
I don't even like lunch. I say, oh yeah, we're gonna do lunch. Hey, I'm gonna order some. I'm gonna give some Uber Eats real quick. Yeah. I don't even think about the restaurant anymore. I'm gonna just go Uber Eat and all of those things. So the opportunity, the biggest opportunity is understanding is more people are online than ever, and this is the opportunity to get eyes on your product right now.
100%, because people thought. And it was, but people thought Amazon was a behemoth before 2020. But in 2020, they don't realize how much it blew up. They don't realize how much billions it was making per quarter. Yes. For a long time, Amazon was a loss leader. They were operating at a deficit for years. And there was a lot of people who were like, oh yeah, it's not sustainable, blah, blah. No, they were doing that on purpose for the eventual growth that was coming. Right. So yes, 100%. Since 2020, I mean, we've been online for the longest, whatever. I was online back in college, way back in the day when Facebook didn't exist. What was the other one? MySpace didn't exist. It was a college club at the time. That was a select few.
Black Planet. I was on Black Planet.
Black Planet, Mi Gente. I was on all of those things, right? Okay. So now we're gonna get to the one where I'm gonna challenge you a little bit too, but I want to hear what you got to say first. It's the problems. The problems when it comes to launching. What do you say those are?
Oh man, there's a lot of problems that come. The problem is not having the right audience. The problem is being inconsistent. The problem is rushing to the sale.
Ooh.
All right. Or you not communicating clearly, like lack of clarity is a huge problem. You over, like, a lot of problems is we always see the positive that can happen, and we don't plan for, well, what will stop this from happening? So that's a huge problem when you are so optimistic that you don't think anything can go wrong. So we don't plan for the things that can to go wrong. That's a problem. Another problem is not knowing your numbers. You making decisions based off of feelings and not based off of data. We want to make data-driven decisions. So even when we going into a launch, I want to know, what is my cost per lead? You know, I want to know, meaning how much does it cost me to acquire one customer? How are we acquiring this customer? And then how much money do we have to invest if we wanted this many customers? And like, all of those things are important. So not having a plan is a problem. All right. So there's a lot of problems. And I think if I can sum everything up, the problem with launching is thinking that there won't be problems.
Oh, that's true. So that leads into what I was gonna say, because that's exactly it, right? It's you're like optimistic. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna launch and let everybody know. I'm gonna run trailers like a movie, and we're gonna do Marvel numbers, Marvel movie numbers and stuff. Yeah. But the truth be told, I feel, and I guess you could say this is part of your launch, but I think there's another aspect that I kind of distinguish separate from the launch. That's, yes, you're getting the message out, you're getting to the right people, you're dripping it out, you're building up anticipation. Yeah. But that's different from driving traffic to you. Yeah. Right? And I think people think, oh, launch, yeah, okay, cool, you're gonna get me in front of a bunch of people. No, yeah, the launch is gonna tell you, is gonna be what happens when you're in front of a bunch of people. Exactly. But you still gotta run traffic, get traffic to you somehow. Yeah. And the two main ways that I feel that you can get traffic is you can run ads, but there's problems with ads, or you're doing influencer marketing. So when I say ads, I mean like Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads. I think YouTube ads are still powerful for sure. Yeah. I think Facebook ads, Facebook/IG ads are tricky-ish, right? They still work, they're still being used, but there's more complications. But getting traffic to your and organic will be the third. Organic. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Organic for sure. So how would you say best, and especially from a tool perspective too, right? How would you say best to get that traffic to your launch? I'm going to use all three of those things. All three. There we go. That's it. And the reason why, now, if I don't have the budget to do the other two, meaning the shout out pages where I go to certain influencers and pay them to put my content on their platform or use ads, then of course I'm going to go organic. And I'm now going to put out content. But my initial, here's the thing, because of what you just said, I'm not going to start the launch to make money. I'm going to start a pre-launch. If I know that I'm doing all organic, I'm doing a pre-launch. What my pre-launch is, I'm just trying to build an audience. Yes. Remember, I told you the thing we got to do is build community. So my whole thing is I'm putting out very specific content for the first 3 or 4 weeks. My call to action may not be to get a free thing. My call to action may be like, hey, tag another entrepreneur that needs help with this. I need you to start bringing more people into my world. Hey, share this out with at least 3 people. And then, let me know when you're done. I got a free gift for you. So just doing things like that allows other people to come into my world, because you're right. I got to create some traffic. Yeah. And then I'm going to shift into, okay, now I got people coming to my page. Let me get them off of this platform and start getting them onto a platform I control. Ooh, that's my, go ahead. Finish. No, I was going to say, that's my next question to you too. Yeah. I started with my community. I started on the text app community. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And quickly learned that you don't really control your audience there either. Like I couldn't like create a new blast message to a bunch of people or download their info into a spreadsheet. They won't let you do nothing like that.
Right.
So I eventually moved to something else that gave me a little bit of control.
Yeah.
What do you recommend in terms of best to get your people? And I know your email is going to be one, but anything else, especially from the text perspective, to get people off of other platforms so that you do control your community?
Yeah, I actually use the community app, but I love using Telegram.
Telegram?
I use Telegram heavy.
I need that.
I use Telegram or WhatsApp. Here's what I'm seeing is control. I need to be able to identify you are my audience, and I need to be able to message you all one time and it go to a multitude. So if I put out a piece of content on Instagram, I can't control who sees it.
Yeah.
I can set parameters for who I want to see it. I can have the right messaging and all that stuff to make sure those people see it somehow. But if I have an email list of 1,000 people, I can control this message going to these 1,000 people. Now it's up to me to do what I need to do to make sure they open it, but I have some control there in that situation. Like I can at least know that, I got 1,000 people that I can send this message to. When we think about the music companies, the record labels and all that stuff, the reason why they're not as powerful as they once were, because they had control over, like, I have 1 million people that I can send your album out to, or say your album is out. But now that people have this control, people can build an audience of 1 million people. It's like, oh, you don't have as much control of the situation. Like when you think about Chance the Rapper is not gonna ever sign with a label. He knows how to get out there and build an audience for himself, and so he has control over, who sees what he's doing. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Toby, when we think about Toby, right?
Yep.
Toby, the same way. He's selling out on tours and things like that. So that's what I mean. So I want to build that up so I can have a little more control over when messages are going out, when they're seeing them, what time, and all that stuff. And then, but here's the key thing, Beez. Even though I'm about to start, like once I do my pre-launch, I go into my other part of my launch where I'm getting people on my email list by giving them a free thing. I monetize free. So you're going to take this, I'm going to do webinars every week. So now I get people to register for the webinar. I'm getting leads and all that stuff. On the thank you page, I'm going to sell you something for $27, $36. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you to become a customer, right? You separate yourself. But two, I'm also now putting myself in position where I'm doing this organically. That money, I'm going to use that for ads. Because remember, I told you I want to do all three, but I said I started off with I don't have the budget to do that. So now I'm going to monetize this to be able to create the budget that I need.
Oh, bro, you got my brain like spinning like, damn, I should do this, I should do that. Like I'm thinking of a bunch of things here, man. I love it, bro.
And the thing about it, bro, is when I'm doing webinars, I know that everyone does webinars because they're eventually trying to, at the end, they want to pitch. I'm doing that. I'm going to pitch and all of those things too. But only 10% of people are going to actually buy on the webinar. Or if it's a great webinar, you get 15%, right? There's 85% left over. What I'm really trying to do, I'm using webinars to build the community that I've been talking about. Because I know if I have your email and a number, I can now send you an email every single day. My team, we send out an email every single day. I'm nurturing, I'm sending videos. I'm inviting you to private trainings. So I was doing this thing called Whiteboard Wednesday. And I would say, yo, come hang out with me for a couple hours for free and let's train. This is the actual thing I want to do because that pool of people is bigger. And now I'm going to do a launch with this group that I've been doing so if I get 100 people in, 15 of them may say like, yo, no, I'm ready to work with you now. Or cool, I'm grateful. I'm for sure grateful. But 85 is like, hold on, I need a little more from
Yeah.
Cool. I got no problem with that. And then when I get to launch mode 4 months from now, I may have 85%. That may be a total of 5,000 people. Okay, so I got 5,000 people that has been getting dripped on, that has been attending Whiteboard Wednesdays where I'm not pitching you anything. They've been doing all of this. So now they're like, okay, what was that offer again? And they're ready to work with me now. So I use webinars for that purpose, to build that community. Of course, there's an opportunity to make some money on the front end.
Yeah.
But Beez, you know this. The back end money is where you start to make money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's funny. It reminds me of last year with the BBI, when I was building out the BBI, and a lot of people were like, "Yo, why didn't you promote it more?" I was like, "Nah, not yet," because I was building up content. I was building up everything in it. I was building the faithful few that stayed stuck through and everything. And then in 2022, it was like, okay, now it's time to start getting it out there more. And even to this point, I'm still building up more because I added a second curriculum. I wasn't talking about the business acquisitions with zero out of pocket in 2021 as much. I was talking more about scaling your business, all with the intention of going into showing how once you acquire a business, you could then scale it.
Yeah.
So it's like on social media too. When I'm posting, I post every day. It's not even me, it's my team posting for me, but we post every day. Not to talk to the people who currently follow me, but when I'm building up a library of people who follow me in the future, they're gonna be like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, he did this. Oh, what's that?"
Absolutely.
So it's very similar to that.
Yeah. I want to have that body of work. That's key, especially when you start running ads and things like that, or you use the shout out pages. It's important to have that body of work there, because that's the first thing people are gonna do. They're going to go, okay, I see your ad. Let me see, who are you? What do you do?
Yep.
And I want something for them to binge off of.
Yep.
That's key.
Yep. For sure. Now, you said that your team emails every day?
We send out email every day.
Okay. Is that a good metric to use, or it depends on the industry or whatever? Like, I feel like some people would feel like, oh no, that's too much, and then block or something.
I'm not selling it. But here's the thing. One, I want to stay at the top of your mind.
Top of the mind.
That's the first thing. Second thing, I'm not selling in every email. I'm giving out value, giving out real value. Like, my first goal is to help people become more self-sufficient. I want to help people that desire to be entrepreneurs become more self-sufficient, because I know what it feels like to not be in that position. So that's my first goal. And if I can send out emails to help you get there, then cool. And then third is, then we have offers and things like that that we want you to take advantage of. So we may do that like once, maybe twice a week. But no, I want to stay at the top of your mind. I want people to say, like, bro, I see you everywhere. I want these red glasses everywhere.
That Grant Cardone told me that once. He's like, yeah, you may get 8 messages and you may be pissed, like, damn, another message. But that 9th message, you might be like, oh, well, all right, let me just check it.
Let me see what he's talking about. Or you're gonna unsubscribe. And if you unsubscribe,
and then you didn't want that person anyway, most likely.
You not for me. Like, listen, like I will tell people to think about the person that you love, like the superstar or the influencer that you love most. Are you gonna be mad if they send you a message every day? Like, I rock with Will Smith. Okay. Read his book. Oh my God, it's an amazing book. We don't even have to get into it. But if Will sent a personal message, let's say I was on his text squad, and my man sent a personal voice text every day, I'm listening to that joint every day. And I'm not going to ever be mad that he sent a personal voice text. And if he just so happened to once a week say, hey, y'all, listen, if you've been enjoying this or you like what I talk about this week, I actually, there's a training that I'm doing for a couple $100 where you get to come link up with me live, or I'm doing a meetup live. Yes, bro, what took you so long?
You're right. If Warren Buffett was sending me plenty of messages, I'd been like, yeah, okay, no problem. I ain't gonna unsubscribe. I may not read all of them, but I ain't gonna unsubscribe.
Yeah. That's your guy, because you love him because he does what you do, which is acquire businesses.
Exactly.
So you're like, I'm not going to miss anything that he's doing. But the key thing is you have to make sure you're sending things that are actually going to help and push the needle forward in people's lives and their business.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, since you talked about books, my brother, we got to talk about the recommended books that I have in the BBI, because I want you to look at least one of these.
Okay.
So,
okay.
The first one is, since you're a published author, you might appreciate this one too, because who's that right there?
Okay, Beez, here. Look at it.
Who's right next to me? You see Les Brown there too.
Les? That's the skinny version.
Yes, sir. That's the first one. That's The Power of Mental Wealth, Volume 2 with your guy Beez.
I love
the next one.
I love it.
The next one. This is one of my favorite books. It was a TV movie that I really liked, and then I eventually read the book.
Yeah.
In the 90s, I watched the movie. It's called Barbarians at the Gate. The fall of RJR Nabisco was the largest LBO, leverage buyout, which is what I do now, in history. That was in the 80s. The next is, we always talking about how we can help our community, but Dr. Claude Anderson gave us an actual plan right here in Powernomics. It's back in like 2000, I think, maybe 01 or something.
Okay.
And we talk about helping the community. Hey, we got stuff in here that says how we could get our education, get our finances right, get politicians that it's not about voting, it's about buying them out. Is really what it is, because that's what others do. Absolutely. But the real book that I want you to read, bro.
Okay. All right.
This one right here.
I've been seeing this. Yeah.
Why?
No. You actually the one introduced me to this before.
Sir. Yeah. This guy, Reginald Lewis. Right? When I read this, man, it changed my life and started me on the path to eventually reaching this. I didn't think I could do it at first. I was inspired, but I was still like, damn, yeah, he's probably a genius with it or something. But no, this is why guys have all the fun. This is the first Black billionaire of modern times. People forget about like Mansa Musa and others, but first Black billionaire with a B of modern times. And he did it through leverage buyouts, buying businesses, not requiring any cash out of his pocket, not requiring any credit from him, personal credit. He was able to do it by structuring the deal in the right way, right? So. Yeah. That collection of books right there.
We got to do one of these deals, Beez.
Bruh, that's my next question to you.
Yeah, we got to do one.
When will you start buying businesses, man? Because now you can buy a business and then do the launch. Hey,
that's what I'm saying. I know that if I get into a business, I'm going to be an asset to that business. Right? Because I'm going to come in and then I know exactly the systems and processes to put together to scale the business and grow it, launch it, all of those things. Yeah.
And it's a lot easier, especially there's a lot of people who are knowledgeable on the system processes and everything needed to scale a business. But starting it from scratch, you don't have enough money to fund the system processes and people and everything that you need to scale it. But imagine when you acquire a business that's already cash flowing. The business already got revenue, already got customers, already got employees, already got processes, already got everything. Day one, it has it. And now you also know what else it's missing, and it has funds to do that on a large scale right away.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm with it. Yeah, you got to threaten me with a good time. I'm with it.
I'm telling you, bro, this changed the game, man. So that leads me to my question. I have that challenge this decade. I think I might have told you about it. It's called the $1 Trillion Table Challenge. The $1 Trillion Table Challenge. At the end of this decade, I want to sit in a room at a table with people that look like us. And we have $1 trillion combined AUM, assets under management. And there's three main ways to create wealth. That's real estate. We got to have real estate portfolios under management. It's the financial markets, your stock, your Forex, your crypto. We want to have our crypto accounts and stock accounts under management. But most importantly, it's owning a business, whether you buy it or build it, owning the business. Three main ways to create wealth. You could also throw in insurance if you know how to finagle insurance and infinite banking. But with those three ways, the $1 Trillion Club, the $1 Trillion Table, I should say. The $1 Trillion Club is a consultation program that I created for people to buy businesses. But the $1 Trillion Table will you be at that table at the end of this decade, bro?
Oh, you already know the answer to that.
There we go.
I'll be at the head of it. I'm gonna push you out the way.
Hey, no problem with me, man. I just want to be there. I don't need to be at the head. Let's get it. Yo, I love it.
I'll be in the first seat. Let's go.
You heard? I need you acquiring businesses too, my brother. Okay. I need your support for people in the BBI, the Business Builders Institute, where we're acquiring businesses when they acquire it to then launch services, launch products, launch the new ownership maybe in certain cases, right? So we definitely need you, man. And I know you ready to make this happen with acquisitions. So I'm looking forward to it, my brother.
Yeah, I am as well.
So question for you. If you get into it, what would be in your head, and this is going to change once I give you more enlightenment on it, but what would be your first target acquisition type of company you would like to go for?
So I don't know. I look at e-commerce.
Ooh, because once you get that and then do launching with that, oh my God. And that's easy too. Instead of building a brand on Amazon or getting your own Shopify site, you can go to, I think Empire Flippers is one of the sites that you could go and find e-commerce brands, companies for sale that's already cash flowing, already got consistent sales.
Yeah, that world, the e-commerce world is just, I'm like, yeah, if I'm having an opportunity to acquire a business, I want to get it into.
Not if, when. Let's go. When. We're going to talk after this and we're going to make it happen, my brother.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Ready.
Because I've seen what, which is genius. I've seen what Ty Lopez did. Those businesses that were just going under and all that stuff. And he just took them and now he has their entire list.
Yep.
Of people, like millions, like that's the asset. That's the real asset.
Exactly. Listen,
the customer list and all that stuff, and then he took it and put their businesses online and all that stuff.
He bought zombie brands that didn't make that shift well. They were brick and mortar, didn't make that shift well online, but they're names that everybody know. Like, I don't remember all of them, but let's say like Radio Shack, I think is where
Radio Shack was one. Yeah.
Yeah. To get that, he just closed while he was on a plane the other day. He 35,000 or however many feet in the air. He closed an acquisition for bodybuilding.com, I think it was.
Oh,
and I knew that site from, I want to say as far back as college days. Like, that's how old that site's been out. And he got that. That's valuable. You know how much customers they probably had? I'm in there. He going to target me now.
Yeah, he about to target your butt. Yeah. Yeah. And I saw it, bruh. I saw his rise as well with when he first had that YouTube commercial or the YouTube ad with the books in the garage and all that stuff. What I saw as he was just starting to rise online, he had already, created the success, but he was selling a $67 program. So yeah, bro. No, I'll
tell you this, Disney. I got a student that's doing this strategy too. Disney didn't become as powerful as it is right now because of the parks or because of Mickey Mouse. They became powerful because of the media acquisitions that they did. I think it was Eisner, I think was the last CEO, and he acquired things like ABC and ESPN and Marvel and so much others. That is what led them to making consistent billions coming in from the media that they get to control.
Yeah.
That is powerful, brother.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Well, words. My guy, man. Listen, there's so much more that we could talk about, my brother. But you already got my team working. They probably pissed at you right now because they got a bunch of steps and things that they need to go execute on.
Let's go. Let's go. Get them working. No, I already know they work.
No, for sure, man. But I appreciate you, my brother. Tell the people where they can find you, how best to get in touch with you, so that you could start dripping to them too.
Yeah. Just you can just go visit my my Instagram at Words Taylor. That's where you will find me. Most of my content. I'm on TikTok as well at The Real Words Taylor. But just go to Instagram and you'll find everything else. I also do a free training. Every single week, I'm doing a free training. You can go to highticketlaunchsecrets.com and check out the free training.
There we go.
And it's live. It's live.
And it's live. We'll put that down in the description too, so everybody can find you. But make sure y'all tap in with my guy, Words Taylor. Words, I appreciate you, brother, for coming on Entrepreneurship Exposed, where you just helped us to expose how you launch your products and services.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, everybody. I'll see y'all on the next episode. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and do all the things that you need to do so that you stay informed on what we are talking about on Entrepreneurship Exposed. And make sure, even more important, start buying businesses. That's the way to create true wealth in our community, in every community, for everybody. You have the opportunity and the information. You just need to execute. Let's get it. See y'all soon.